Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and author of Get Resultsology, the science of getting stuff done. I work with people who run their own business, no boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome Jacob Hicks as our guest expert today. Jacob is a coach and keynote speaker with over a decade of experience transforming lives and businesses. Thanks to 10 years in sales, Jacob has a knack for identifying what drives lasting success and delivering implementable strategies to help clients achieve it. Podcasters love working with Jacob because of his practical insights and engaging storytelling that leaves audiences inspired. Talk about raising the bar. Known for his strong follow-up systems and mindset-driven coaching, Jacob empowers clients across industries to overcome challenges, implement sustainable systems, and move forward with confidence. Jacob, welcome to Goalbusters.
Robin, thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. I'm really looking forward to this. Whereabouts in the world are you, Jacob?
So I am in Des Moines, Iowa, right in the middle of the U.S.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm guessing it's hot there today, but I'm probably wrong about that. I usually am.
I think it's supposed to be 80 or 90 degrees today.
Oh, okay. That's not too unreasonable. That's fairly moderate, I think. All right. Anyway, I'm waffling on about the weather again. Shall we do the questions and what we came here to do?
Let's do it. Let's dive in.
All right. So I'll get the clock up on the screen. Jacob, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
So I do my best work primarily with either true sales professionals, folks that are either entry level getting into sales or are trying to get to the next level, or entrepreneurs who are setting up their sales systems to make sure that they are driving consistent success.
Excellent. Short and to the point, which is perfect. That's what we like to see. What, though, is the problem or problems, which I'm sure it is, that you solve?
So generally, it's in setting up those sales systems. A lot of the time, when people are getting into sales early on or are building out their sales funnels in their business, they aren't setting up systems to make sure that they're building sustainable growth. A lot of the time, they meet somebody at a networking event and then they have no real game plan in terms of engaging with that person or following up with that person later on. Or it's struggling with mindset. They think that, oh, if I reach out to this person because I called them once, didn't hear anything, I call them again, I'm probably bugging them. They probably don't really want to do business with me. A lot of times that's just not the case. There's stats out there that show that 80% of business is one in at least 5 or more follow-ups. And the bar is pretty low that business people and salespeople, 1 out of every 2 isn't following up more than once. So setting up those systems and developing a mindset that is both resilient and driven consistently is really key.
Yeah, that kind of knowledge is really powerful when you understand that. And I always say, if they get to the point where they say stop, well, they were probably never going to be interested in
Yeah,
working with you anyway. So
exactly.
that's fine. Respect it and move on. All right. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve that problem?
So to follow up well, you need to follow up consistently, and people can struggle with that because they think that, oh, again, I'm bugging them, I'm annoying them. And the only time you're really bothering somebody with following up is if you are, calling them saying, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? Do you want to buy my stuff? Do you want to buy my stuff now? So follow up consistently from a place of value. Answer the questions that you get from your customers or your clients all the time and send that via email and make sure that you're being really, really valuable to your clients, even if they haven't decided to do business, but do it consistently, sending out a newsletter every week or, once a month, whatever kind of sustainable for you is really important.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Thank you very much. Now that we have a better understanding of what you do, Jacob, let's
Mhm.
dive into goal busting, focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. So, could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
So a couple of my favorite tips, I think first and foremost when it comes to business and just life in general, is taking time to work in your business and taking time to work on your business. It's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day whirlwind of I got to get back to this person, I got to call these people, I got to check in on this thing, I got to set up this system and this other thing. It's really easy to get caught up in all of that. So it's taking at least an hour a week to say, okay, this last week we posted these kind of posts on Facebook. What kind of response did we get? Are these ads being effective? Is this outreach being effective? Is really, really important. And really what it comes down to is determining, okay, it's really easy to get caught up in busyness, saying, oh, well, I'm busy, therefore I'm being productive. And a lot of the times that's just not the case. So actually saying, okay, are my activities day to day, sure, they're important, but are they the things that are actually driving me towards success is really key. And one of my favorite things is to do time blocking, is to actually say, okay, from 9 to 10 in the morning, I'm doing my cold outreach. From 10 to 11, I'm entering in my notes or following up via email, and actually honoring those tasks and saying like, okay, I'm actually showing up and doing those things day in and day out, as opposed to just saying, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do today, so I'm going to do this. It's not a great way to run your business.
Yeah, absolutely. As I often say to people, I mention it a lot in my book, if you find yourself streaming videos or playing games, that's an obvious form of procrastination. But the less obvious, but actually a bigger culprit is if you find yourself being very, very busy doing stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with your
Yes.
business outcomes, or maybe you think it's got something to do with your business outcomes, like tidy my office because that'll create a supportive environment. No, tidy office does not build your business. Getting onto the networking and talking to people, that builds your business.
Yes, absolutely, and doing that consistently over time will actually drive things over the long term. I mean, a tidy office is all well and good, but I mean, that can take, half an hour or whatever at the end of the day. You don't need to do that during working hours.
No, you don't. I even knew one guy once who was like, "Yeah, I'm just building my office." What?
Yeah,
All
what
you
does
need
that
to do
mean?
is talk to people. I'm just building my office and then I'll be ready. Okay, bye. All right, so I digress. All right, so Jacob, what should I have asked you today that I didn't? And your answer, please.
So the question I think that would have been good too was, I mean, we talked a lot about like the whirlwind, right? Like getting caught up in like the chaos of the day to day. So, I mean, my favorite strategy to kind of counteract that is what I call chaos time. So if you are folks that like to time block, I set aside time specifically. I like to set aside 30 to 60 minutes every single day for the fires that you get. Like, John that's down like in the corner office that has the issues only you can solve, or, Stacy that calls you every couple of days with some new thing that's just burning the house down around her. So the reason I suggest doing that is that allows you to protect the rest of your time. So instead of having your, 2 to 3 time block get messed up and then the rest of your day is messed up, that'll actually save you time. And then over the course of the week, you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I need to come in on Saturday, I need a whole nother day to get things done. Now, a more advanced strategy of that is, if that is working well for you, actually dedicating time to the chaos every day, is do what I call an audit. So for like a week or two, write down everything that comes up during your chaos time and look for patterns. Look for the same things that are coming up again and again, or the same people coming up again and again. And then you can actually time block for those specific people, saying like, hey, well, John's probably going to have some new issue for me to fix for him. So from 11 to 11:30 every couple of days, I'm gonna have a John time block so I can actually deal with his issues.
Oh, I like that. And look at that. We got that in just in the time as well. But I'm not going to let it go there because I really like that. I'll let the clock run out. But the chaos time is something I'm going to have to steal. I really like that.
I'll let you
It's
have it.
thank you. Well, too late. I've nicked it. But the point about that is also that I wanted to make to it is that we were actually talking about this briefly before we started recording. The amount of time it occupies in your mind, the real estate that it gives, that it takes as well. Somebody does something and you're like, oh geez, I've got to deal with that. And
Hmm.
and I love the fact, oh yeah, I'll deal with it in the chaos time. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got time allocated for that. And it kind of gives your brain permission to say, okay, I can park that now. Because
Yeah.
not everybody is like me, but I'm one of these people that once somebody's done that, it's like, right, I'm just doing this over here. No, but I really want to deal with that chaos over there. No, I've got to do this over here. Now I'm going to have chaos time. Okay, I can deal with this over here, and I've got some time later to deal with that. Perfect. I like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've used it for years. It's one of my favorite kind of productivity strategies that kind of keep you focused. So again, you're not, your whole week isn't getting thrown off just because John decided to call you with yet another fire.
Yes, talking to fire, just fire John. No, maybe that's not a practical thing to do. All right, but I love that. Thank you. Okay, so one final question, which is a very important one, which is how can people reach you, Jacob? And also, is there like a valuable free resource they can get from you? Because I always think it's a very useful way to connect and find out more about somebody when they pick up things like that.
Yeah, so the easiest way to get in contact with me is just through my website, just jacobhickscoach.com. You can also just kick me an email, just jacob@jacobhickscoach.com. I've got a lot of free resources on there for you. If you look at the top of my website, I've got what's called a growth hub, where I've got like a handful of different resources and some of my favorite books too on just different variety of like topics. Now, one of my favorite ones that I just released is what I'm calling my entrepreneur sales toolkit. So if you're an entrepreneur or if you're maybe a more entry level salesperson, you want to kind of learn some of the basics. So that has a lot of great free resources in there for you to help you establish like what should I be looking for in a CRM and how do I deal with rejection? How do I build my follow up processes? All that kind of fun stuff is in there for you.
Yeah, brilliant. Don't get me started on CRMs. Oh my goodness me. What a minefield. What an absolute minefield.
Yes.
So
Yep,
yes,
there's a
any
lot out
advice
there.
on that? Gratefully received.
Good.
Jacob, it's been a pleasure. I knew it would be. It's been, it's also been hugely valuable. I'm definitely stealing the chaos period from you. That's now part of my life, and it's going in the next book.
Love it.
And since you can't copyright the word chaos, I'm not even going to acknowledge you as my. Oh, I'm joking.
I'll just write it in my copy. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it is brilliant. It is brilliant, and it's a lovely tip. Thank you very much for that, indeed. Thank you for everything. It's been amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it too. Jacob Hicks, thank you so much. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting. Make your future self proud. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate, and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.